The Disney news is on its way.
This monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
We shine the light inside the park. Lights and laughter every ride.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas.
Past the news so clear. The Monorail Report is here. Jump aboard and feel the cheer. The Monorail Report is here. The Monorail Report is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety, please remain behind the yellow line on the platform or behind the gates once you disembark the monorail.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Monorail Report for this Saturday, August 23rd, 2025, here at 2 p.m. on the East Coast. Thanks for tuning in. Knew that the show would have to change a little bit as far as what day it was going to be on with my new work schedule. So I figured I would do it today, Saturday, and we'll do it at 2 o'clock here right before I start producing the Living in Diz live stream. So thank you all for tuning in. So this will be a shorter stream than normal, as this is our weekend edition, we'll say. So we'll shorten this one, but it'll still be good. We'll cover quite a bit. So thanks for those of you tuning in live here, and if you're watching on the replay, thank you. And be sure to leave a comment, hit the like button if you enjoyed the show, and if you're new to any of our channels here, please consider subscribing. So thank you to, let's see who we have here. Frederick Gallagher, Purple Pleasure, Michelle Hollensteiner have all joined in and started chatting. So thank you for that. So let's get to the news without any further delay. So tonight's news is going to be brought to us by Dr. Disney. There was, I got an alert from someone that there was going to be some news this weekend, or excuse me, this week. And so wasn't quite sure what it was going to be, how much it was going to be, how much it was going to pertain to the parks. But Thursday ended up being pretty busy. So let's take a look. So number one was Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets. We got a little bit of a preview for that. So we got a first look at the courtyard and for the pre-show for Rock and Roller Coaster. Scooter will be the new Chris in the pre-show for the Electric Mayhem. So the story goes, as I remember it, Scooter's uncle, I don't remember his name, but Scooter's uncle has bought G-Force Records. So they've tied together both the Muppets and the original ride, being that G-Force Records was the label that Aerosmith was with. So Scooter's uncle has bought the record label. So kind of interesting. There you can see the bottom picture is going to be the pre-show. It'll look somewhat similar to what we know today with Aerosmith. However, Scooter and the Penguins are going to be animatronics. That's been announced already, so that'll be kind of cool. Maybe it's a mix of screen and animatronics as well. So we'll see how that works out. And then the top picture there is the courtyard, so you can see the building pretty much stays the same. The guitar stays the same, except it is, I don't know that the current guitar is lit like that. I feel like it's just a spotlight on it. I don't know that it's backlit like that. So that I think will look really cool. And you've got some psychedelic paint added to it as well. So it should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. Let me know if you are looking forward to the new version of Rock and Roller Coaster. And it was presented as Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets, similar to how it is today, where it's Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. So the name is pretty much staying the same. So there was also an update to release on a new attraction, or an updated attraction, if you will, at Animal Kingdom. Let's take a look at that. So we know that Zootopia Better Zoogether. When I first typed it, I wrote it incorrectly and wrote it as Better Together. No, it's Better Zoogether. Will be opening on November 7th. So the original date did say winter. And so they I guess we're ahead of schedule. Which, listen, folks, if that's going to be the trend for Disney World, I'm all for it. So, Zootopia Better Zoogether opens November 7th. So excited to see that. Not sure if I'll get to see it November, December, but personally, but certainly interested to see how that comes along. And you know, that's the first of the new things coming to Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom's going to be pretty busy over the next couple of years with their new stuff. Also on Thursday, we got information about Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. So all the media that was there got a first-hand look of the new ride vehicle. And we did spot, or Dr. Disney spotted, the new screens in the ride. So, you know, if you look at this picture, there's a couple updates. Obviously, you're still able to spin the ride vehicle. There you can see just a hint of the, hello, Sharon. Yes, the LID is going to be at Animal Kingdom today. There you can see a little bit of the handheld device rather than in the part of the ride vehicle. So that'll be interesting as well. I think that'll be better for sure. I mean, along with all the other updates that they're doing to this attraction, I think the handheld will be better. Magic Adventure says they are ninja. Appreciate you being here. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you tuning in and watching. But the other update to this is the nice new digital screens, and there you can see the total points are already at 1.995 million. So it has been suggested that the points are unlimited. So we'll see. If that's the case, then I'm sure that the rankings there would have to change as well. And if the points are unlimited, and with all the new systems, maybe I get more than 238 points. We'll see. Could be a new record for me. Hello, Alicia. Thanks for tuning in. And Michelle, thank you. I saw you comment about my shirt. I appreciate that. So yeah, looking forward to this. This will open, we'll say early next year. We're just going to say early next year. And I will say that they started working on this like right away. Like 2 days after it closed, there were screens up, so you couldn't see it from People Mover, but you could see the work lights on in the building. So they are already starting work on this. So that is exciting for sure. So one of the other big updates was for a ride that I am anticipating coming back early next year over at Magic Kingdom.
About Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It dates back to olden times, or golden time, when Barnabas T. Bullion struck gold in the region. Happy as they may be, them shining dreams rarely come without a cost. Strange and unexplainable things started happening. They had visions when the trains rattled their way underground in spectacular natural rainbow caverns. They ain't as friendly as they first appeared. In fact, that menacing rumbling from deep within the mountain may be a sign we ain't welcome. When the attraction reopens next year, them unsuspecting passengers who board the runaway trains will learn just how wild the wilderness can get.
All right, so you've got a new storyline. You know, I don't know if you folks know, but just about every attraction ride in Disney World has some sort of backstory to it. So this will be no exception. This will be an updated storyline with the new effects. So not only was the track replaced, which is going to be really cool. I mean, Theme Park Giant says that, you know, it should be smooth as glass now. So we'll see. But the new effects, I think, are going to be really cool. In the cave, there's going to be bats, and they get hit with the radioactive explosion, and they turn a different color or something like that. You could see all the colors in the cave. So should be pretty cool to see that. So the other announcement on Thursday was that Cool Kids Summer is going to be returning in 2026. I think this is a great idea. It looked to be a lot of fun for a lot of the kids. There were a lot of different entertainment. You had Goofy taking over Communicore. You had dance parties over in Tomorrowland. You had additional meet and greets. I think it was really a lot of fun for everyone. And hopefully this coincides with Animation Courtyard opening in Hollywood Studios. I don't think it will. I think Animation Courtyard is going to be fall. Hopefully no later than that, but I think it's going to be fall. There's a lot of work going on that has to go on over there. You know, you have all of Launch Bay that needs to be gutted and transformed into this new attraction, the magic of Disney animation. You also have Animation Courtyard itself, the outside that has to be redone. So I think it's going to be a little bit of work. You also have to take down the arch and open up that whole area. So we will see. Sharon says it was cute seeing those kids dancing the other night. Yeah, you know, it's just, it's a different atmosphere. It's like I talk about going to Epcot for New Year's Eve or going to Magic for the 4th of July. Totally different atmosphere than you're used to seeing, and it's just a lot of fun. So hoping that continues. I'm sure that the Encanto show will continue over at Communicore because that's not part of the Cool Kids Summer. But I think that it just brings some energy to the parks. That's pretty cool. So last night was a Halloween party. Those of you that know Florida know it rains in the summer. You could have storms that come out of nowhere. They could be heavy. They could be just drizzles. Who knows? Last night, and normally it's in the afternoon. Well, last night it was in the evening. Josh and Jenna from Resort TV 1 were doing the Halloween party last night. And it was a wet Halloween party. Wasn't even sure that they were going to get the parade off because it was so wet. Well, the parade was delayed by almost an hour. And And in true Disney fashion, they waited. They did not want to cancel the parade. They try not to cancel the parade. Cruise and Theme Park Guide was out at Magic on Tuesday, and it had rained, and they actually canceled both parades, both Starlight parades, which is the first time that I know that it's happened. I know they've canceled one, but not both. So this is the first time that I know that they've canceled both. And so last night, they did not want to cancel, but they held off as long as they could. They delayed the parade, and I'm betting the reason that it was delayed is to try and figure out what to do with it. And so Dr. Disney was able, I'm sure Resort TV 1 caught it also, but I picked up this footage from Dr. Disney showing this modified version of the parade, which I thought was pretty cool. So we'll take a look at that, and then you let me know what you think. So the Gravediggers are probably my favorite piece of that parade. So to not see them swinging the shovels and doing their choreography, is a little disappointing. But let me tell you something. I would rather have what they did than nothing. And in a lot of ways, that was actually more creepy than the shovel dance that they do. So, yeah, it's like the Walking Dead are alive. Alicia says it was fun and safe. Exactly right. These are performers. They're not animatronics. They are, they're performers. They are cast members. They've got to be safe. And so I think what they did was very good. The rest of the characters also didn't do their normal choreography, but they were more interactive with the crowd because of that. So I think it was a great modification. We all know that rides and attractions have A modes and B modes. We've seen Luminous run in, I know of 4 different modes. You have the full mode, you have the mode without the cannons, there's also a mode without the inner fireworks, and then there's also a mode with no fireworks at all. So Disney, I think, does a great job of, as they say in show business, the show must go on, of trying to figure out a way to make that happen without any interruptions. But if it has to be modified in order for the performers to be safe, I thought this was a great way to do that. So I was happy to see it. Mel, good to see you. Good afternoon. Yeah, it is, seeing the shovels sparking is great, but like you said, Sharon, it's understandable that they had to modify it. Yeah, I love the cannons too. And when I don't see them for whatever reason, normally it's because it's too windy. It's disappointing, but we know that we will get to see it again on another live stream at some point. All right, so let's go behind the click. All right. So these stories are where I dig into the story behind the headline, or I click the clickbait so you don't have to. So this one was Disney Resort guests no longer allowed to walk into Disney Springs. So, put on your Imagineering hat and you just imagine there's a big wall up that if you stay at a Disney Resort, you can't go into Disney Springs. But if you're at the Holiday Inn or the Drury or the Hilton, you come right on in, no problem. That's not what the story was at all. But here's what it was. So if you drive into the Disney Springs parking decks, you have to go through security. You have to walk through security, similar to when you go into the parks. And now, years and years and years ago, when it was Downtown Disney, there wasn't really security like that. It wasn't a park. It was a shopping center. It was an entertainment center. And so they didn't really do security like they do at the parks. Well, that caused a lot of issues, as you can imagine, because back then this was Pleasure Island, Downtown Disney, and there was a lot of entertainment. There was a lot of bars. There was a lot of drinking. And so it got out of hand. And so they went to putting security there. However, if you walk in from what I call the backside, where Saratoga Springs is, if you get off those boats, or if you walk over from Saratoga Springs, there is also a security booth there, scanner, X-ray, what have you. But if you took the buses in from, say, Contemporary or Art of Animation, you came in and there was no security scanner. And I always thought that was weird, until I realized that there is a security dog that does the scanning for you. So supposedly the dog is trained to pick up gunpowder and all sorts of scents, drugs and all that kind of stuff. So they didn't have a security scanner in place when you got off the buses. Well, now they do. And so that's where this headline was going, is the fact that you can no longer walk into Disney Springs like you used to be able to. Well, yes, you can still walk. They don't make you run, skip, or jog into Disney Springs. You can actually walk into Disney Springs. You just have to go through the same type of scanner that you would if you were going into any of the 4 theme parks. But of course, they make this into some huge story. So, and then I gave you an even longer story to cover what happened. All right, here's the other one for you. Hoop-de-Doo has been canceled. Disney disappoints guests after axing the 51-year-old show. So I hope that you all saw Living in Diz when he streamed it last year, because apparently Hoop-de-Doo has been canceled. Well, that's not really the case. Sharon, I did see that one prompt didn't work. I'll get that. Oh, it did work. Never mind. So, according to this headline, they've canceled one of the longest running shows in the country. Well, that's not what happened. Again, going back to what I said about the parade and modifying it, they try to proceed with any show, any entertainment that they have. And sometimes, for whatever reason, they're probably not going to tell us, because that's how Disney does, the show can't go on. And so that's what happened on this one particular night. They were not able to go on. Oh, thank you, Sharon. They were not able to go on. The show had to be canceled for that evening. I would imagine in its 51-year run, there have been some cancellations. Probably not a lot. Again, it's Disney. They want everything to go on. But I'm sure that there's some cancellations. Things happen. Remember, this is a dinner show. What if it could have been a very simple thing. It could have been something that they couldn't, let's say that they had, for some reason in that building where they host Hoop-Dee-Doo, no water. They have no water. They cannot legally run dinner. Just can't happen. It's a restaurant. It's against the law. So that's could have been what happened. But of course, they make it into this crazy story of Hoop-Dee-Doo has been canceled. That is not what happened. Staying clear of the doors. Good to see you. Thank you always for tuning into the Monorail Report, because your icon is the monorail. So I appreciate that. So again, just be careful when you're seeing these headlines. I can tell you that the Disney Streamer Network tries to deliver timely breaking news for you whenever we can, because it's the right thing to do and not give you these clickbait type headlines that are just absolutely terrible. All right, so let's see who is currently live. I'm going to refresh my screen here. Saturday is a busy day for the network for sure, I can tell you that. Currently, it looks like Christy PH Disney is out in Disneyland. Mystic Parks is at Magic Kingdom. We are live here for the Monorail Report. Pete is covering the Commanders versus the Ravens. I'm just going to peek in so I can see what the score is. Oh, Ravens ahead 30-3. Or is that a final? I can't tell. Score Jason is at Epcot. Signs of Amusement is doing a preview of Beacon Barrel. That's pretty cool. Theme Park Casual is out in Disneyland celebrating Halloween time. Living in Diz is going to be live here in just a few minutes when we end here at Animal Kingdom, and then park hopping over to Magic Kingdom. And Cruise and Theme Park Guide will start at about 4 at Magic Kingdom. Who else do I have tonight? Score Jason. That's tomorrow morning. Yeah, because he's at Epcot tonight. He'll be tomorrow. So quite a few people live the rest of the evening for your Disney entertainment. From what I see scheduled, we'll have Epcot and Magic and Disneyland. So make sure to tune in to the multi-view so that you can see all of those. dsn.disneystreams.com. So you will have plenty of entertainment there. Yeah, Sharon, just count on the Monorail Report for the true stories. And we try to deliver that on our Facebook page as well. Any breaking news. Thursday was a very busy day for me with all the news that was coming out. So we'll try to give you everything that we can. So does Dr. Disney, which is, was my inspiration for the news part of this, was trying to deliver those timely breaking news reports without all of the clickbait headlines. So if something is rumored, we will say it, but we will not go deep into speculation. I'll give you an example. You have the Frontierland sign that's been taken down and everybody's freaking out about it. And it's like, they're going to put it back up. Calm down. So, all right, folks. So that's going to do it for us here. Make sure that you are subscribed for the next edition of the DSN Monorail Report. I'm not sure what day it's going to be this coming week or what time, but if you're subscribed, you'll get the notification on our homepage as soon as we schedule it. All right. Hope you have a great Disney day out there. Enjoy all of our live streamers out there. Make sure to watch on the multi-view. Hit live on all of them so that you can keep an eye on everyone and give all those creators the watch time. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next time.
This monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.